Things are bad, The economy is not performing as it should. The coronavirus pandemic has ravaged the nation. Global media is hell-bent on calling a particular COVID strain as the Indian variant. There is post-poll violence in West Bengal. Fake farmers are protesting. Basically, we have enough reasons to criticize Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Every day, there is a trend on Twitter criticizing PM Modi for everything that's wrong with the country. So I decided to do a small experiment. I wrote an alternate history of what India would have been like had Narendra Modi lost the 2014 general elections. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group, and I'm your host Atul Mishra. In this video, you will witness an alternate history unfold right in front of your eyes. Let's begin. So many things have happened in the past few months, from successfully controlling the first wave of coronavirus to a disastrous second wave, from almost winning West Bengal to post-poll violence in Bengal after TMC's thumping win, from being Israel's BFF to appeasing Palestine. Twitter is labeling anti-Congress news as fake. Influencers world over are referring to the B.1.617 strain of coronavirus as the Indian variant. A shameful coverage of India's COVID deaths in Western media is being seen. Oxygen shortage, medicine shortage, and ventilator shortage have frustrated the ordinary Indians. And to add to that, there are faint chances of a big economic bounce back anytime soon. It is natural for anyone to blame their state head in times of such crisis. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is our state head, and hence it is all right to criticize him. But is PM Modi responsible for everything? Let me present an alternate history of the last 7 years. Years 2014 to 2019. Narendra Modi of the Bharatiya Janata Party looks poised to win the general elections. Congress looks weak, but result day is full of surprises. BJP registers a healthy lead over the Congress party, but things start changing after 11 a.m. The day ends as a shocker for the BJP as it ends up as the single largest party, but a whopping 40 seats short of a simple majority. Congress stitches a ragtag alliance of regional parties. Mamata Banerjee emerges as the kingmaker. Manmohan Singh is given a graceful retirement, and Rahul Gandhi becomes the fourth person in the Gandhi-Nehru clan to become the Prime Minister of India. Rahul Gandhi is not a clown anymore, as the national media rallies behind their new king. Unknown virtues of Rahul Gandhi now dominate Twitter timelines. His gaffes are deleted, and leading economists extol his skills day and night. The economy slips inevitably. Aadhaar remains a non-standardized ID card and loses its relevance eventually. In the absence of an insolvency and bankruptcy code, companies keep defrauding shareholders. In the absence of a fugitive law, more millionaire fugitives keep running away from India. Lutyens media blacks everything out. People are paying 100 different taxes in the absence of a standard GST. Socialist policies like the food security bill have been enforced even as the middle class cries in agony. Moody's downgrades India. S&P says the India story is over, and IMF does not even seem interested. Minority appeasement hits a new high. Communal violence bill is passed, and Hindus are at the mercy of minority communities. Farm loan waivers and minority subsidies increase. Religious violence engulfs North India as conversion continues unabated in southern and northeastern India. Congress has realized how powerful BJP's social media supporters are. Government agencies begin audits against right-wing media. Prominent social media influencers are arrested on flimsy grounds as Western liberal media hails the minority-friendly Indian government's actions. Pakistan attacks Indian soldiers in Uri. Rahul Gandhi's pusillanimous government forgives the terror state. A standoff between Indian and Chinese forces ensues in Doklam, which ends up in India ceding some ground to the Chinese. A terror attack rocks India as over 40 CRPF Jawans are killed in broad daylight in Kashmir. Rahul government hands over dossiers to the Pakistani government, which the latter laughs off at. In the absence of a strong people's movement, Ram Mandir remains a far cry. Terror activities in Kashmir increase as the Hurriyat amasses more power. Years 2019 to 2021 and beyond. Come 2019, an unholy alliance of political zombies led by Congress easily crushes a dispirited BJP whose social media support has been crushed and the party has disintegrated internally after Narendra Modi's retirement from politics. In 2020, a deadly pandemic engulfs the world. An economically weak India is under pressure to enforce lockdowns. But Prime Minister Rahul Gandhi does not enforce any lockdowns as the country is short on reserves. In a week, 1 million Indians are dead and over 5 million are battling for their lives. There have been no new AIIMS or private hospitals built in the last 6 years, and India is now at the mercy of the West. India finally announces a lockdown, but community transmission has already begun. There is no stopping the virus now. China uses the opportunity to flood Indian markets with cheap masks, PPE kits, and faulty vaccines. Post-pandemic, India is a third of what it used to be. It is a hopeless country. Every family has a couple of dead members. A once booming economy is devastated, and there seems to be no road ahead. Chaos descends over India, and a full-fledged civil war breaks out. What finally becomes of this story is beyond my imagination. So yes, it is natural for every Indian to blame Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but one must not forget how many fronts he is fighting on. He is the best we ever had, and for a long time, there won't be any substitute for him.